Yo, by the way, I should mention I was pretty annoyed. Speaking of Nick, well, not at him obviously, but I was annoyed at the fact that I freaking missed the stream with that guy. What was his name? Like Sneak something. Let me look it up. It was like on Telegram. What's his name? I see him all the time. Oh yeah, Sneako. I think that's how you say it. So I missed the stream with both of them, which I was particularly mad about because um that's really something that I've been like thinking about for like a while now that was gonna happen. This kind of connection that's going on here. I've seen this whole thing kind of building up here for like quite some time, and like I don't know, the left would call it, in 2016 they'd call it the pipeline, which is kind of true in a lot of ways. It's like a new one is really forming right in front of our eyes. Like if you remember in 2016, it was all like the SJW cringe compilations. What else? Like I don't know, the pickup artists and stuff like that. And then you'd find Ben Shapiro or whatever, and then you'd go further and further. I mean that was like the basic idea of it. I'm sure all of you know by now. And then now that sort of faded away not too long after the election, especially with all the censorship and stuff like that. That kind of was already happening even before that, but it got a lot worse after Trump was elected. And it wasn't at the level that it is now. Like now it's worse than ever, but it was getting worse back then. So that kind of faded away. Now it's like a whole new version of this is like coming up, and it's pretty exciting to see. At first, like, obviously you have like people like the Nelk Boys. They're not really political at all, but they're streamers like that. I'm not too into streamers and stuff, so I'm not. I don't know. There's some other people too, but they're like not really political, but they're like anti woke. Obviously, they like Trump, and that's basically them. And then now you have like another group of people. You have the Sneako guy who's been coming up recently, who says a little more political stuff, very anti-feminist, just like in 2016, anti-woke. And then even besides him, there's people like I Show Speed, who again isn't really political at all, but very anti-censorship. He says stuff and does things that people consider controversial or whatever. And like all these like new people that they're just saying what they want to say. They're very vocal about the censorship that's going on. And you saw the Sneako guy. He was talking about it. He was right away trying to get on Cozy because he said, "Hey, they're gonna ban me eventually." And then even more recently, Andrew Tate and his brother too, I guess, they blew up, and they're very also anti-feminist. They talk about women's stuff about the government, like shady things like that. So like now that is all going on, and Tate is huge, um, and it's all like sort of connecting in front of our eyes. Like seeing Nick go on that stream, talk to him. A lot of people are gonna find out about Nick through that. Sneako himself didn't even know Nick. He said he saw him on stream. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I think someone sent it to him. That was pretty crazy. And I think it's inevitable. Obviously, Sneako's going to get on Cozy. I think it's inevitable that eventually we're going to get a Tate and Nick stream, which would be absolutely huge. They're like literally at the top of the internet right now with millions of subscribers. Or I don't know if they have millions on YouTube, but they have millions on Instagram. Have at least a couple 100,000 on YouTube. They get millions of views all over TikTok. So that would be pretty huge to happen. And I feel like the new version of this is going to be way better. So we'll see, though. It's all falling right into line right before. Obviously, even Roe v. Wade got overturned. The midterms are soon, which we're probably going to win pretty big. And then 2 years from now, we got, hopefully, Trump again versus Biden. And it's all perfectly coming right on time. Just for it to, actually make an impact. So I was mad I missed it. I watched the whole replay, though. And it was pretty good.
When we come together, we are so strong.
The thing with Tate, though, is like, I think I forgot to mention this. It's like all these people that are, part of the new version of the pipeline, so to speak. I mean, I wouldn't call it, well, it kind of is a pipeline, but I don't know. The way they describe it is like if it's something negative. But it's like they're obviously not 100% based. Like all these people, like Tate and stuff, obviously they have some pretty degenerate views on women. Even though he said he's going to stop degeneracy in women and he calls out, degeneracy in general, like he still thinks that you should have sex before marriage and have multiple girlfriends at the same time. It's like really, for him, it's like one sided towards the women, and he's also not Christian, so that's not based. And some of the other people, I don't know him as well, like the Sneako guy. But I'm sure they're all not completely based, but the things they do say is pretty good in general. It's like these people are still beneficial either way.